It wasn't until it reached 3 in the morning, the controller was hitting the floor with a worrying frequency, and we were drifting out of sleep, muttering strings of swear words, until the full impact of Trials Fusion became apparent. You see, Trials has a way of breaking a person like nothing before it. Usually, around this sort of time we call it a night, frustrated gamers are, after all, wildly ineffective, but Trials demands a certain level of attention, not to mention commitment. And RedLynx has done the unthinkable here. Through the simple act of making a sequel readily available, the studio has reintroduced us to a savage vice that we long thought we'd shaken. Summer 2012 is still a haze of sore thumbs, broken limbs, and cartwheeling stuntmen. Trials Fusion has guaranteed the summer drought on Xbox One will be dominated by more of the same, and we couldn't be happier to see our addiction to score chasing and our leaderboard ascension obsession be so heavily taken advantage of. You see, the core of Fusion remains unchanged from the Trials games that have come before it. Your time will still be consumed by deftly navigating increasingly complex courses with as few errors and restarts as possible, and your rider will still become a ragdoll mess of broken bones at the slightest hint of failure, but the thrill of success is still oh so sweet. Having your thumb nervously placed over the B button will become second nature. The cycle of failure and restarts becomes oddly therapeutic. It feels great to be back behind the wheel. RedLynx has given its first next-gen game a slick visual overhaul, transitioned the setting into sci-fi, and ensured that there's always something off in the distance trying to steal away your attention. The level design in Fusion is the best we've seen from the studio. Everything is bigger, scarier, designed to throw a lump in your throat as your rider launches across insane gaps and death-defying obstacle courses. Fusion retains the franchise's compulsive and exhilarating edge whilst ramping up the absurdity that makes the Trials games so damned entertaining. There are a few notable additions to play. The inclusion of tricks doesn't impact the game directly, though it does add another layer to the score chasing elements. Twisting the right thumbstick while airborne will push your rider into performing a handful of stunts, which can be chained together to bring about higher multipliers and points. The tricks might be simple, though they're well implemented. It brings yet another layer to Fusion, and in many ways takes us back to the days of score chasing that the Tony Hawk's games used to do so well. Fusion doesn't quite take the idea far enough for our liking. The specific trick events are restricted to the most linear of basic track types. It's a shame because it has the potential to change the way entire runs are made. Then again, RedLynx is renowned for implementing ideas early and carefully iterating upon them. We doubt this will be the last Trials game we see on Xbox One, and look forward to seeing what the studio does with the system in the future. As you'd expect, multiplayer is still at the heart of Trials. While head-to-head online play has been removed entirely, same couch co-op and asynchronous time trial ghosts are back, ensuring you're never disconnected from how easily your friends are destroying the scores. The lack of online modes does disappoint, especially as the mode never quite felt complete in evolution. It feels like a step back for RedLynx, has always strived for perfection in almost every other area of the Fusion experience. Frustration and relief has always gone hand in hand in Trials, and this hasn't changed for Fusion. Though the learning curve takes an unexpectedly steep climb sooner than usual, it'll likely turn away some of the casual Trial fans, but the sense of compulsion will bring them back. There's still something oddly satisfying to overcoming the adversity of a well-timed rocket-propelled jump as your rider screams and hollers flying through the air. Fusion will push your patience to its very limits, but the rush of beating a score is still unlike anything else, and that's why we've scored it 9 out of 10.